Before we filmed this video, we were saying, okay, what's the fastest, longest iron head in the drawer? And we picked obviously this model, and that's what it, like you said, that's what it's designed to do.
Yeah, so it's a distance iron. It's the loft of a distance iron, and obviously has a CG location that's designed to kind of still give you some launch and some spin, but like to me, look, that's 4 iron numbers for me. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Michael, we're diving into the world of forgiving irons today. And actually, what is a forgiving iron?
Okay.
I think we throw about this term like you as a golfer need a forgiving iron, and that is the biggest one we have in the drawer.
Right.
Right. Larger footprint, stronger loft, that's what you need to be forgiven. When I'm in the bay and I see people who need forgiveness, in actual fact, I'm most wary about giving them the modern forgiving iron.
Okay.
I think the modern forgiving iron has become, or should now become, known as the distance enhancement irons, because that's what they do. The lofts are stronger, the center of gravity is lower, so the launch is higher and they spin a bit less. When the ball spins a bit less, it's a little bit easier to tilt that spin axis. And in actual fact, you miss them more laterally and you miss them more vertically.
Okay.
Right? So how far the good one and the bad one goes typically is worse.
Yep.
And how far the left and right dispersion is generally worse. So I want to talk about that today, and for you guys to maybe not misdiagnose when you go for, whether it be a fitting and you start to be maybe taken in a direction, being able to think for yourselves and go, I don't know if that is really the direction I need to go. I'm looking for forgiveness and distance might be that for someone, right?
Yeah.
They hit it really solid, and maybe you do need something that these modern irons give. But forgiveness can also be just hitting it the same over and over and over again because of the characteristics this has versus this. And it's nothing about brands.
No.
This is just about, sole characteristics.
A blade versus game improvement iron.
A speed product versus a consistency product, right? And they're very, very different. And I think that lends itself into the what is a forgiving iron conversation.
Okay. Cool.
Right, let's hit a couple of this. So we have our modern cavity back iron, loaded with technology, guaranteed to hit it further.
For sure.
That's what you know you're getting when you buy a set like this.
Yep.
But what else do you get along with the package?
Right, okay.
So I hit my 6 iron, Mikey, about golf course number 185. I think you can move this to probably about 205.
Yeah, okay.
And I think feel pretty good about it. Okay, well there's a bit of the forgiven part of it.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't a great strike.
Right, little Healy.
A bit thin. Maybe it was heel side, but I definitely felt the thin part.
Okay. Before we filmed this video, we were saying, okay, what's the fastest, longest iron head in the drawer? And we picked obviously this model, and that's what it, like you said, that's what it's designed to do.
Yeah.
There's still precision in these irons. Obviously, these manufacturers still want you to hit it, ultimately your best. Yeah. But you've just proved it. I mean, this thing is a distance iron.
So it's a distance iron. It's the loft of a distance iron, and obviously has a CG location that's designed to kind of still give you some launch and some spin. But like to me, look, that's 4 iron numbers for me.
Yeah, totally.
So,
yeah.
Let's hit a few more. All right, Michael. What do you see?
I mean, for where the kind of the strike's hanging out, being a little bit lower.
Certainly the first couple, it got better.
Totally.
I felt like it was much better than the last couple.
Totally. Like you said, it's 4 iron territory for you. Be in this forgiving 6 iron. The only thing you can see dispersion sometimes goes a little left to right more than even on the ones you struck really nicely. It's obviously it's fast. It's, it's, I guess, doing the job if you're this type of person looking for, those kind of numbers. But for the low strike, you get away with it 100%. Super forgiving, and it does the job.
You definitely do. I think when it comes to the ball data, I think one of the things that for me, or even back to the table if you want, the kind of 198 to the 213 carry, that scares me. The 138 ball to the 132 ball, launch and spin are actually doing pretty good for the most part. I mean, one that spun a bit low, I'm not sure really why, to be honest. Shot number 3.
Yeah, and the peak height drops a bit.
Yeah, did a little bit. But that's the amount of fluctuation that if you miss your mark on the landing spot, you're in some bother. Totally. All right, let's look at a blade.
Okay, we've got the green at 180. We're now in the blade. Nice thing with this test, we're obviously keeping the shaft exactly to your spec. Let's see what you've got with the blade.
Okay.
Solid strike.
Yeah, felt good.
Really nice. The first bunch of swings there, I mean, it just looks autopilot, consistent.
It just looks like the same thing's happening, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, peak height is relatively in the same window.
Yeah.
Even the descent angle, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago, like that's even a little bit more consistent. Your ball speed is a lot more consistent.
For me, that is a fascinating test.
Yeah.
For like what really is forgiveness. Like forgiveness to me is what I do or what I'm likely to suffer for, whether it's a mishit, whether it's toy, actually because of the club design itself, like you could see I couldn't get to the middle of the golf club with a wide sole.
Yeah.
Get into narrow sole and I'm literally living right in the heart of the golf club. Like everyone felt so good there. Yeah. So, I mean, and you're not going to get these forgiving golf clubs to act like precision instruments, like a Mizuno blade here.
I think the interesting one is like obviously, speed dependent, player dependent on like a larger scale. Obviously, give you something and you can generally get away with it. But when you go to a blade and you don't play blades, when you go to a blade, you strike it as consistently as you do. It's like, why not? You know what I mean?
I know.
The irons maybe with the most help make you swing maybe out of your shoes a bit more, or maybe not thinking of strike at impact. Because I mean, those blades just looked, effortless again. Whereas the forgiving iron, I mean, I'm a visual guy. Just a little difference in dispersion. Forget the distance. The difference in dispersion is nuts.
And I think that's the argument right there. I mean, you look across the bottom and sort of ball speed, spin, carry distance, right? The major metrics, launch angle we said that was very good with the Cobra, but actually with the metrics that are going to be really meaningful for you, they're all heavily in favor of the blade.
Yeah, and I think being able to get that strike actually on the part of the head that you want to strike it at, and nothing massively changes. Like attack doesn't change drastically.
Same.
Path is same. It's interesting.
Yeah, and the 6 miles an hour of dynamic, degrees of dynamic, not miles an hour, dynamic loft, 6 degrees of dynamic loft difference. In actual fact, that's the thing. If you gave me, I would be more consistent with a blade at the same loft than I would be of a big, perimeter weighted cavity back that has all this technology packed into the face. It's designed to leap off. It's our fastest ever iron. At the risk of sounding contradictory to what we do on a daily basis, who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, great
If
point.
you can hit it, with precision and know exactly where your striking is. I mean, I used to say to you all the time, like, why are you still playing those Mura blades, those 501s? And they, like, you almost had to prize them out your dead hands.
Yeah.
You love the irons you've got right now, but you were really good with those Muras.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. I mean, I know they were a little bit stronger. That's me, but I bent them a bit stronger. But there was, you give me that 4-iron back in the day and you'd hit it and you'd look at me, my dad would look at me and be like, how are you managing to do this? I don't know. It just worked.
All right, guys. So a video that just should serve as a bit of a reminder, whether you're somebody who's in the search for irons and you're going to go out trying some stuff, or you're a club fitter and you're in the industry and you kind of tend to lead certain players by handicap towards certain irons that are designed like the distance enhancing iron. If somebody needs distance and that's what they're really struggling with, these irons have a reason.
Totally. If
you're a little bit of a fader and you create excess spin and all these types of things, again, there's good reasons to bring spin down. But if you hit it pretty neutral like that, there's no real need to sort of add more distance and sort of less spin.
I think with the speed head or the forgiving head, obviously this video is not telling people to go out and buy a set of blades. But like you said, if you need the speed, that's the iron for you. But if you're looking for consistency and you're at that higher handicap level, I don't think you necessarily need to go to the most game improvement iron.
Look at those.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the collection of 5 shots in there with the blade. I mean, those trajectories are all blending into one. They're in such a tight line.
So good.
It's something to think of for you guys, and hopefully, maybe we'll help some fitters out there to sort of not misdiagnose when they see someone in front of them that they just think they'll buy a set of clubs from me if they hit it further. No, they'll buy a set of clubs from me if they're likely to play better.
Yeah,
that's what this comes down to.
Performance, 100%.
Good stuff. All right, guys, lots more coming soon to the channel. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you do subscribe. It really means a lot to us. Leave comments below, like the videos if you do like it. Let us know what you want us to follow up these types of videos with more on topics like this. So stay tuned for more, and we'll see you again soon.